Well, and when you're doing this on your podcast, one of the beautiful things about that is that, you can explore these ideas without commercial breaks. You don't have to have anybody telling you what to do. You could just, whatever's interesting to you. Is that how you pick the subjects and the people that you're talking to?
Yeah. Like this week, I had on Pam Myers, who wrote Lie Spotting. I spent a lot of my career.
Is that a book on liars?
Yeah.
Lie spotting?
Yeah. And I've spent a lot of my career on deception detection because I spent a lot of time in the litigation arena and on interrogation techniques.
That's how you met Oprah, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was when she was doing that, the beef industry was suing her?
Yeah, the mad cow case in Amarillo.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got sued for a couple $1 billion, and I represented her in that case, and that's how we met. And so, I had Pam on, and we've both worked a lot in deception detection and interrogation techniques and stuff. And so and it came right at a time when, Jussie Smollett is in the news about is he telling the truth or is he not telling the truth? And then here we have this conversation about.
What did you think immediately when you heard that story?
I was very suspicious when I heard that story.
Yeah, Jamie and I, we once the cameras were off, we're like, are these off? Fuck that guy. That ain't real. It was just too much like a movie.
Yeah.
It was a bad movie.
Yeah, it's 9 below zero, and 2 people are lying in wait just in hopes that he might come by at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Strange.
Yeah, it was suspicious. And, he's entitled to due process, and he's going to get it.
Yeah, he's going to get it. Now he's saying he has some untreated drug problem. So he's trying to carve out some path to explain his bizarre behavior.
But there are very specific lie behaviors that people can't really control. And,
like what kind of stuff?
Well, for example, when people are really desperately trying to convince you they're telling the truth, mm-hmm. they'll do a lot of times what are called convincing statements. Rather than just telling you what they did or didn't do, they'll do convincing statements like, "You know me." Like somebody saying, "Who? Somebody stole the petty cash in the office." I think, "You know me. I give more money. I donate more money than was stolen. You guys know me. I was employee of the week last year." They're just convincing you that they're this nice guy, and then they'll say,
"That's not what someone does if they're wrongly accused."
No.
What does someone do if they're wrongly accused?
If they're wrongly accused, they'll look you straight up in the eye and tell you, "I didn't do it." And if you ask them, "What do you think should happen to somebody that did?" an innocent person will say, "I think they should be found. I think they should be held fully accountable to the extent of the law." Somebody that's guilty will say, "Well, I don't know. People make mistakes. You got to give a guy a second chance."
Do you worry that in coaching that you're essentially coaching liars by telling people this kind of stuff, and someone who does steal the money, would be able to kind of like, hey,
it's not for amateurs, and there are some things that you can tell people to watch for, but one of the things you do if there's somebody that you suspect is you increase their cognitive load during the interrogation, and there's no way you can prepare for that.
Oh, how do you do that?
Well, you plant a mind virus, for example.
Ooh, a mind virus. I like it.
Yeah.
This is some Perry Mason type shit.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
Like, if
let's pretend some money's missing.
Yeah. If I said to you, is there any reason somebody would have told me that they saw you near that cash box about the time it went missing?
Dum, dum, dum.
Okay, now, people talk at 125 words a minute. They think at 12 to 1,400 words a minute. Now, if it takes you five seconds to tell me no, you took the money.
Ooh.
Because if
I'm
you
getting
weren't
nervous right now.
Because if you didn't take it, you know you didn't take it. You don't
Right.
need to run scenarios through your head to think, who could have seen me? What could it have been? I mean, I didn't see anybody. Nobody could have seen me. But if you didn't do it, it doesn't take you 1 millisecond to say, absolutely not.